In 2020, our life as we knew it changed dramatically for everyone on Earth.
Coronavirus.
There are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
The COVID-19 pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health, food systems, and the world of work, and has sent some politicians insane.
Take me to the April sun in Cuba. Oh.
With the growing increase of vaccinations throughout Australia, we sent our camera crew and reporters to follow the lives of 4 different Australians to see how the pandemic affected them.
We will meet again.
Yes, Vinnie! Come on!
Howdy. My name's Vincent Nixon. People call me Vinnie. Moved here from Brisbane, all the way to Melbs a couple of years ago, right before Corona took over. Both of the world down in here. Beer.
Vincent moved from Brisbane in order to take a job at Sunshine Hospital.
Sweaty hands. You know, I couldn't resist a job down at the hospital. You know, saving lives, all that. Best job in the world, really. But you know, on a more serious note, obviously, us, you know, frontline workers and that, we've got it pretty tough these days. Hard work.
So you're a doctor?
Well, you know, obviously that depends on what you define as a doctor. But you know, I save lives at the end of the day.
So you've studied medicine?
Well, you know, not exactly. I've studied IT. I'm an IT at the hospital. That's, you know, the technical term for it, of course. You know, have you tried turning it off and on again? Yeah.
He's an alright bloke. He's kind of like, he's got all the gear, not much idea when he plays. But he's like the kind of guy that you know, trust with your life, but not really with your wife.
More blocks than Minecraft here, lads.
Vincent was one of the first people in Victoria to ever receive a coronavirus test before he was able to move in with his primary school friend, Albert.
Go again, boys! Yeah, you know, it was funny, that one. Told me I had to get some sort of test. So, you know, next thing I know, I'm waiting in the waiting room for the tester to come in and treat me, and let me tell you, she was attractive. So, you know, I give her one of my classic Vinnie jokes. 2 grandmothers are chatting about their precious little darlings. One of them says to the other, "My grandson is so good at social distancing, he forgets to call me." Oh, that's a good one. But, you know, obviously, not very funny to her. Her grandmother contracted the virus a few days before and tragically passed away the night before I told her that joke. But, you know, how was I to know? He wants me to listen, I suppose. Whoop, here he is. Albert Potts.
How you going?
Best mates in primary school we were. Irish lass, this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
From Belfast.
Yeah, Belfast, Northern Ireland. You know, when he first came to school, I, you know, took pity on him, befriended him. He kind of came in, he was a bit like, "Oh, I'm Irish, I have no friends." So, you know, I took him under my wing, really.
You didn't have any friends either, so...
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Looked out for both of us, really.
To be completely honest, I don't really want to be here. Vinnie just wanted you to film him. Seriously, he just wants the attention. Good bloke and all, but why would I want to be on the telly? This is what I look like. He's my best mate. I don't want to show that off on the telly.
Vincent agreed to be a part of this series to show the struggles of moving states during the pandemic.
You know, 1 minute you're on the Sunshine Coast, surrounded by your family and friends and that, and then the next minute you're in a suburban house, separated from your friends, your family. Everything's gone wrong. But, you know, I got through it. I survived. And, you know, I think in some ways that makes me a hero, you know?
Margaret! Margaret! Get out of here, you goose!
Yes, dear.
Where's my magic shovel?
Where did you last see it, dear?
Margaret and Bill Walters live in the outskirts of Melbourne.
G'day, I'm Bill Walters. This is my wife, Margaret.
Hello.
Been together for what, about 35 years, haven't we, love?
43 now, dear.
43? Jesus. Been a long time, hasn't it, love?
Yes, dear.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Margaret and Bill were separated from their children for over 6 months.
We couldn't even travel in region Victoria, even though we're on the border. Bloody government.
It's not their fault, dear. They're just doing what's best.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously our youngest, Bethany, her and her husband Joel, they're stuck up in WA, away from the world on the Northern Territories. And, our other two, Tyler and Jess, they're just in New South Wales. Usually they'll come down every couple of months just to, visit the parents and that.
Not recently.
Ever since COVID, they've not been anywhere near us.
Well, I blame that Gladys Sheila. Gladys Jigglyberry or whatever.
Berejiklian, dear.
Say it again, Margaret.
Berejiklian.
Berejiklian.
No, Bera. Jiklian.
Giggling.
Never mind, dear. Never mind.
Dicklian. Stuff it. So much for the 1901 Federation. When shit hits the fan, it's every man for themselves, isn't it, love?
Through their absence of children, Bill's close friend Bert, who he runs a plumbing company with, has kept them busy.
Oh, here he is. Oh, how are you, mate?
Oh, alright, buddy.
Here he is. Bert, best mate since birth we are.
Yeah, we are, mate. We are, absolutely. What, you famous now?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Got a bit of a camera crew going on.
What you filming here, mate?
Oh, just
Better not be one of them. Bill Alert Services. Our names combined. It was this guy's idea, though.
I thought it was quite creative. Bill Alert Services. Got a leak? We'll take a peek.
Best plumbing motto. Got loads of other ones, though, don't
Oh, yeah, fucking call the best, flush the rest.
Fucking best plumbers in the world.
Oh, we won't drain your checkbook.
You got fucking shit in your drains, we'll fucking get it out.
That's right, mate. That's fucking right.
Isn't that right?
We do everything together, though, don't we?
Yeah, we do everything together.
Footy?
Footy up the Tigers.
Go the Tigers.
Fucking love the Tigers.
Always been Tigers supporters, haven't we?
How long have you guys been members?
Well, we joined in 2018, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's always been in our
It's
blood.
always been in our blood.
Yeah, ever since birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, up the Tigers.
Up the Tigers.
Love that dusty fella.
Yeah.
When the pandemic began, a family from Adelaide moved next door to Bill and Margaret.
Well, we see all this virus spreading, and all of a sudden, them neighbours want to do some renovations next door. I mean, we've lived here for 30 years, and they want to change our land? I don't think so.
I tell you, Bill, they'll make those renovations over my dead body.
That's right, Margaret.
Not a moment before.
That's right, Margaret.
Not one.
That's right.
While in lockdown, Margaret and Bill found new ways to keep their lives occupied.
Played a lot of games, didn't we, love?
Yes. We played Twister.
Put your hand on the red dot now, dear.
Well, I can't see the red dot, can I, Margaret?
It's like one of them pornos, isn't it? Eh, Margot?
Not quite, Bert. Not quite.
Charades?
A wiggle.
A play school presenter. Maria von Trapp.
I give up.
I give up too.
Michael Jackson.
Why do you want to share your story?
Well, because we love each other, don't we, love?
Yes. And also the girls at book club will be raving about this. Hello, Bernadette and Irene.
Oh, fuck Irene.
Thanks for the kind input, Bert.
Oh, no worries, Margot. Anytime, indeed.
James Williams is an 18-year-old boy from Melbourne who has recently graduated high school.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal having our last couple years of school interrupted. Who thought manning it about would do that much damage? But, it's been a struggle for everyone in VC this past couple of years, with Victoria being the worst affected, of course, out of all of the Australian states.
Even though James struggled throughout the pandemic, he was still able to graduate with an 87 ATAR.
Pretty happy with that.
James contacted us about his friend Will, who unfortunately did not complete Units 3 and 4 due to the COVID pandemic.
Will changed during the pandemic, He used to love playing sports, going outside, all sorts of stuff, but he was actually a really popular guy among his classmates back in the day and beforehand. But, obviously, then he got into the Smiths.
Ever since Will got into the Smiths, the 80s band led by the controversial Morrisson, Will spends most days locked in his room.
Well, things just changed after that. He started going out less, he was wearing darker clothes, cutting off a lot of people as well. And then he just became pretentious. That was the worst part. He had this stupid Manchester accent that he always began to put on. Will's never even been to Manchester. I have no idea what that's about.
We actually used to date. But there was always 3 in that relationship, and clearly the Smiths won.
Smiths aren't even that good.
Yeah.
You know who the highest earning boy band of all time is? One Direction, and they aren't white supremacists.
Good call.
Who's counting?
Don't even get me started on the meat stuff. Will became a vegan overnight. You know, he even wrote "Meat is Murder" on his wall.
Smiths were an English rock band formed in Manchester in 1982. Known for poetic songs which create a negative outlook on life, James is sharing his story in case there are people out there with the same problem.
It's usually pretty hard to get through to him these days. I mean, he knows all you guys are here, but I doubt he'll be that bothered, to be honest. Great house, though. You know, we've got lots of great childhood memories here. Well, no. Anyways, here we go. Will's room just ahead. As you can hear. Wow. Will? Fucking hell. Hey, Will.
Don't let too much of the lighting, James.
Okay.
What do you want?
Just here with a little documentary crew. As you can see, we're making a little documentary about your condition.
So what do you do all day?
Well, I never leave the house. I simply stay in and read and do all the things in life that are to be considered quite negative and soul-destroying.
What about the Smiths do you find so appealing?
Well, they're really quite beautiful and spectacular.
Why don't you go out anymore?
Well, mostly because I really don't want to speak to people.
Do you ever make phone calls?
Never.
Why not?
Well, mostly because I really don't want to speak to people.
Do you have a job?
I couldn't think of a job I wanted to do, so I thought I shouldn't do any.
Fuck this. We're done. We're done here.
Don't try and wake me in the morning, James, because I'll be gone.
Wow. Check this out, guys. People will love this. This is the way. Pretty cool.
I connect with Will on multiple levels, and I think one of the most important ones is musically. So here's a song I wrote for Will so he can understand what I'm going through. It's on Fran Raps at SoundCloud. Morrissey and the Smiths, why do you listen to this? Other bands need your affection. What about One Direction? Will, please get better. Will, please take your pills. Ah, la 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 la.